Yo, what is poppin'? So we're gonna break down the Nasdaq here. It is Tuesday, the 18th of October. We're closing out this last quarter of the year, and we're in this downward channel on the Nasdaq, right? So we're breaking down the Nasdaq here. The last 4 days, right? So last week was like so volatile. And the reason why it was volatile is because we're reaching these levels that we were struggling in this zone back in 2020. So now we're back in this area, and now we're trying to establish right now who's more dominant, the buyers or the sellers, right? Is this going to be our demand zone, or is this going to be actually an area of distribution where it's just way too heavy of a supply, where there's people selling like crazy and we can't develop that base? So it's actually an area where we break lower. That could be the case as well. So that's what we're looking at. We're going to see over the next few weeks, right? Like, is this zone going to be our base or not? So as you can see, this channel that's holding us back, we're trying to break out of it here. Today is the 18th, and we've got this nice push above. But if we look at the hourly, as soon as the market is opening here, we're tending to break below. So maybe we want to retest today's lows. That could be potential. So it's right around here. Testing this 11,000 area might be a play before we continue upward. It looks like the breakout of this channel is going to happen. And if that is the case, it would signal, right? We have the bullish engulfing at the bottom of this trend here. It could indicate that we're going to have a bullish rally for the next few weeks, maybe, to kind of, get that relief off our backs. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, around 9 to 10 weeks of just pretty much straight downward action. So it's interesting. Will we get that relief bounce coming up into this zone? We will see. Again, a lot of recession talk, and pretty much all the fear in the markets is still like going rampant, right? So I would pretty much just stay neutral right now. A lot of the tech names though are shaping up interesting. For example, PLTR has a nice setup. A lot of them, because of last week's price action, have come down to like major support levels, right? So if you look at AMD, it's come or Nvidia. Let's look at Nvidia real quick, right? Um, Look at where it comes back down to, right? It comes down to a major support area. So it could be looking, right? A lot of these names could be looking to create a base and have a potential bullish 1 or 2, 3 weeks, because they're at like, levels that are much more attractive, and a little bit more people are going to be more willing to buy at these levels compared to like 4 weeks ago, right? Again, this is what I'm looking at in the Nasdaq. I'm just imagining that we're going to continue downward. If so, it's going to be a bullish run into this zone. We need to see if this zone is supply. If so, it's going to lead us further down towards potentially that area, which could happen maybe later in the year. But these are my eyes on the markets right now. Overall, my thought process is, if I have names that I really like, dollar cost average into them. That way you're building up a position, and if we do go lower, you're not like all in on a specific position, or you know what I mean. I'm trying to build longer term positions. That's my theory and my thought process right now. Like, I'm not really trying to time bottoms or anything like that. So if I come off like I'm really nonchalant about like the market right now, it's because of how I've positioned myself. It's not like, if I compare to the beginning of this year, like January, maybe 10th, 12th, 15th, around that area, I had a lot more money in the market. And once you start to realize, oh, my strategies aren't working, I pulled pretty much everything out. And I've been just kind of dollar cost averaging into positions throughout this time when I feel comfortable. I've participated in like a few trades, but for the most part, I think a bottom is coming in soon. So I want to like have capital ready for that, that opportunity, instead of, like battling the markets that are volatile as hell right now. My strategy doesn't have an edge right now. um it's better for my strategy right now to like dollar cost average and build positions, so that when the markets do turn in my favor, I'll have some equity in like stocks that will have potential to grow, and then I could start my strategy again, where it's you find the bull swing trades and things like that. I hope that makes sense. Again, I started to rant a little bit there, but that's the breakdown on the S&P and the Nasdaq.